looks like we can go ahead and get started. And as some of you join, I'll just give some notes about ESA webinars. So hello, security pros. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on today's ESA webinar. Learn to lower account creation costs and build your business. There's a host of new challenges and a broadening competitive landscape in security, perhaps even more immediately impactful on the residential marketplace. Today, we're going to dive into NAPCO's iSecure security and connected home systems. Unlike competitive products, they are reserved for the pro channel, not sold online to the masses, and include a myriad of profitable add-ons and accessories for dealers to take advantage of. We're going to dive in with our experts, Kevin McCaffrey and David Sperber. They're both regional sales managers for NAPCO Security Technologies in just a moment. But before we dive in with our experts today, I do have a few notes for you joining us on your first ESA webinar. I'm Julian Bateman. I'm ESA's Chief Development Officer. I'll be facilitating today's discussion. All callers will be muted for the duration of the webinar, but that doesn't mean we don't want to hear from you. At any point, please submit your questions in the Q&A panel at the bottom of your control panel. You can also comment for our experts and for me so that I can pass anything on to them. If something pops up at any time during their presentation, please go ahead and ask those questions. There's no need to save them till the end of today's session. We'll have experts answering your questions in live time. We'll also be recording today's webinar, so you can watch the on-demand video at your leisure and share it with your colleagues. Just give the ESA staff until tomorrow to get the video exported and hosted on our website. At that time, you'll receive an email with a link to the recording thanking you for your attendance today. We at ESA realize your time is valuable, and we appreciate you spending some of that time with us today. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you our experts, Kevin and David.
Well, thank you very much for the very kind words. So yeah, we're going to be here today talking about iSecure. It's the newest product available from NAPCO. David, say hello.
Good afternoon, everyone.
So David and I are here to take care of you. I'll go through the presentation. David will be on the question and answer side, and let's get this thing started. So let's talk about iSecure. It's the first complete connected home system that starts out at a cost at about $79.99 net. iSecure offers the lowest account creation costs and half the equipment costs of our competition. It installs as quick as about an hour and offers very fast payback on your investment. If you like 2 gig or Qualsys, try iSecure. It's unbeatable at half the cost, with pricing, as we said, from $79.95 to our tablet system at $199.95 after our rebates. Today's consumers are looking for security and control. Now you can have both to offer. Better, faster, and more economically than ever. We have all the bells and whistles. Smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, glass break detectors, doorbells, video cameras, extra keypads available for all the different systems, key fobs, panic buttons, and we can even add Z-Wave. So 5 ways iSecure guarantees lowest account creation costs. Lowest upfront equipment costs, easiest installation, fastest programming, now done on your smartphone or tablet. We can add RMR-accounts faster. So get a complete iSecure connected home system at half the cost of an all-in-one. You'll get security, you'll get smart home, and you can add our cameras for live and recorded viewing. Residential systems in comparison, iSecure equipment cost, again, 50% compared to competition and your net cost on our kit 3 with our 7-inch tablet is only $199.99. Huge labor saving. 1 hour install. Programs, as I said, from your tablet, your cell phone. No PC needed, no software needed. Cloud-based dealer and end user web portals. So it's very much labor saving. Unparalleled hardware and labor cost savings. So we're giving you a competitive advantage. Systems cost is less, labor cost is less, making your customer acquisition less. Lowest account creation cost in its class compared to the competition. How are we doing, David? Any questions so far?
Nothing yet. We're good, Kev.
Right,
If anybody
folks.
does have questions, feel free to post them in the chat box. We're going to answer them while we're going along. And, you know, if you're thinking it, I guarantee you someone else is thinking it, so don't be shy.
Yeah, we actually appreciate your input when you ask questions. All right, so I think we did this one. Dealer payback in half the time, which enables you to put on more accounts. So here are the kits. All kits include 2 wireless door window transmitters, a 50-foot wireless PIR. Kit comes with our keypad, 4.3-inch keypad. Kit 2 comes with the 4.3-inch color touchscreen, and Kit 3 comes with our iSecure 7-inch color tablet touchscreen. Your cost at your favorite distributor, $179.95 for Kit 1, Kit 2, $199.95, and Kit 3, $299.95. And all 3 kits are eligible for our StarLink $100 service credit. So this is how the service credit works. Purchase any iSecure kit, activate the unit online, fill out the online form, and we will credit your monthly remote services bill $100 every time. So a little bit of paperwork on your end, but the end result is we'll credit you on your service account, so that goes against the monthly recurring bill for the airtime on the radio. All right, Go Anywhere Smart Hub. You get your choice of 2 different wireless keypads. Whoops, sorry folks. My scroll button just decided it wanted to take over. All right, so you get your choice of 2 different wireless keypads or the tablet. Our iBridge app and notification are included, and our proven StarLink LTE cell IP reporting built in. And as I said earlier, quick 1-hour installation, and it's all backed by NAPCO's 3-year, no questions asked warranty. So a little more about the kits. This gives you a little bit closer view. So you can see this kit after the rebate is $79.95. That's the battery powered keypad. So it makes the installation very, very quick and simple. This is kit number 2. So this comes with the 4.3-inch color touchscreen. Every kit, remember, comes with 2 door window transmitters and a wireless motion and the hub, with a net cost here of $99.95. Now this keypad does get wired and powered by an electrical outlet. And here we have kit 3. So this is the same kit, same components, but you get this with our 7-inch touchscreen. And it also uses the same screen as our iBridge app. So it's very easy for the customer to be familiar with our systems and how to operate them. AD zones out of the box that can be used for intrusion, fire. The system has 1 or 2 areas or partition, utilizing our new line of iSecure wireless transmitters. No extra modules to buy or install. So if you will, what we call the control is now the Go Anywhere Smart Hub, located for best signal reception and avoid smash prevention, built-in 85 dB siren, integrated wireless receiver. You get the NAPCO voice prompts, and it uses a standard 4 amp hour battery, which in some of our research was the #1 complaint about the smaller self-contained units was the size of their battery. All right, you can choose the best mounting location for your signal strength. You can put the hub anywhere you want it. No longer worrying about someone smashing your keypad or panel at the front door or having to pay additional fees for the additional smash service reporting. Once again, we talk about the battery, 4 amp hour battery, all in one system, no POTS lines needed. You get cell IP dual reporting. It's already built into the unit. No roll service. So we talk about no roll service, we're talking about your trucks, because you can access this thing from the iBridge app or from your cell phone, tablet, or desktop on the web portal for programming. Most of what you need to do, you can do from remote. iSecure puts security control, video, and connected home services all at your fingertip with iBridge. Keep your accounts connected to their home. Make it easy for the end user. It's a very easy, end user friendly app, and it's all part of the services. We can also do SMS text notification along with reminders and Z-Wave control. All done right in the app, all included. So I'll give you a second. This is a better look, a close-up look at all 3 of the keypads. The first 2 are 4.3 inch, the first one being battery operated. The second one is our touch screen, LCD touch screen. And the third one is our 7-inch tablet with our iBridge app built right in. David, any questions yet?
Yes, Kevin, we got a couple of them. So first question that we have is, what is cloud interactive / monitoring compared to competition? So I let them know we have 2 plans that we offer. We have it with Z-Wave or without Z-Wave. And Kevin's going to discuss those plan rates in a few minutes.
Yep.
And also, it's very competitive versus the competition, which again, once Kevin shows you the rates, you'll actually see how cost competitive it is. Another question we have is, what is the range and frequency of wireless devices, and are they encrypted? So open air, we are about 1,000 feet, which in real world is approximately 200 feet. And the iSecure hub is unique, is that it has 2 different wireless receivers in there. So we've got a 319 receiver and we've got a 900 receiver. And that's for different devices, which again, Kevin's going to show, I believe, in a couple of slides. So you'll see what the different receivers do and how the devices check in. So that is coming up. And Mark just asked, curious, could you put this on a vehicle? Great question. So yes, you could technically put this on a vehicle. You know, you just need to provide power to it. But
Let me speak on this, David. I actually got a cute story I can interject here. So Mark, this is Kevin. Please feel free to email me. I'd like to talk to you about that because I just bought an RV and I'm going to be looking at this as a product that I can install on all the little bay doors on my RV. And I haven't, literally just got the RV this weekend, so I haven't had time to look at it. But the iSecure unit is definitely what I plan on putting in there. Very simple, battery operated keypads. I can install and put them anywhere I want without having to run wires in the coach. And literally, if you could rig it with your central station, you could tell them where you are and they could monitor your alarm system. Even with that, the messaging service would send you notifications. So you may not have the central station get involved to dispatch the police, but you would be able to know what's going on when you got the text messages. So, but that's been a topic of my mind for a couple of days now.
So we just got another question in. What's the range on iHub?
So the hub is multifaceted. It's the cellular unit. And if anybody's ever used our StarLink cellular communications, you're familiar with the range there. I mean, it's a cell, so it has to be within range of the cell tower. And again, this is what we've done. We've decided to do an all-in-two instead of an all-in-one, because when you mount the all-in-one by the front door, you're stuck. Whatever signal strength is what you have. With ours, you can take the hub and relocate it throughout the building in different spots to see where you get the best signal. And again, that would work for the wireless transmitters. You know, if you put it more in the middle of the house, you're going to get a bigger coverage. And we will talk about it. The keypads, not the tablet, but the keypads do report back on 900 megs along with some other devices. So all of their flexibility is because you can pick the hub up and move it. So, anything else, David?
We can use this with our own monitoring company with profit. Absolutely. So this can go into any central station as long as they can accept contact ID or 4.2 format. Absolutely.
If you will, we're your cell provider. So we're the service that provides the path to get the signals from the device right to your own central station of choice.
Yep. And then one more question from Todd. Do you offer a range extender for wireless devices?
No, unfortunately, NAPCO has decided that that's not part of the way we want to operate. They don't feel that's a secure thing to do. So our system works on the receiver. Now with us, we have the option to add additional receivers to the system, and they do require a 4-wire connection. So we opt with multiple receivers. Our engineers are just not comfortable with repeaters.
And also important to point out, all of our devices check in with signal strength. So you will know exactly what the devices are reporting back to the hub.
And all that's on the app or on the web browser when you go to do the programming. So you'll actually be in there looking at devices and you'll see signal strength right there on the screen of your phone, making it really simple for you to say, oh, well, I know I've got good signal, or I need to pick this thing up and move it. Oh, I've moved it over here and now I'm getting great signal on everything. So that's, again, the advantage of the hub.
So I got one more question and then
okay,
we'll kind of pause the questions. So we're asking, is the programming easy or do you need training?
I would say it's pretty intuitive. I mean, okay, I've been in the alarm industry my whole life, but you grab this thing and it's a step-by-step. Here's the central station. Here's the devices. It's relatively easy to program. I don't see any reason to need any kind of training at all. Now, that said, we do offer training. Ziad Grossani is our corporate trainer, and he does offer a presentation online. We'll talk some more about that at the end, where we can go through all the different product and everything with you to show you how to set up different things. But as far as, if you're buying a simple installation, 2 doors and a motion, in reality, the motion and the 2 doors are already pre-programmed at the factory. And when you activate the unit, it downloads those. So you don't even need to program them in. They're already there for you. So it's pretty easy to do. I think if you looked at it you'd be like, wow, this is easy. So.
Yep. And then just to touch on what Kevin just said, keep in mind, we do offer lots of trainings. So we'd be happy to train you on this product, and we do have them scheduled every Tuesday at 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So keep that in mind. We'd be happy to train you.
Yeah, we'll get into a little bit of that. We're going to touch lightly on this. Obviously, this is a sales presentation, but I do have pictures of the programming and stuff. So let's get a little forward, David, and we'll check in on questions in a little bit. All right, so like I said, proven StarLink LTE cell unit, dual reporting built in. The unit's already there for you. It's affordable, unlimited service plans with or without Z-Wave automation, just $6.95 a month for sole or dual path reporting, and that includes our remote services and notifications, and it's only $7.95 if you add Z-Wave. All right, remember, you also get the $100 rebate as part of this, and it will reduce your system's cost by over half. So it does make it very, very cost effective. I mean, you buy this at $179 at your distributor, and it's after the rebate, it's a $79 alarm system. Kits 2 and 3 include Z-Wave built in, or you can add a Z-Wave module to Kit 1 if you wanted to. Kit 3 also includes our Wi-Fi card for connection of our tablet to the system and for the dual reporting. So you can actually do a Wi-Fi connection to the customer's existing network, and then you'll get your dual path. So let's talk about video. So we've got high-res cameras. They work on the customer's existing Wi-Fi network, or they can be wired to IP if you choose to plug it into a network. They're available in indoor, outdoor, fixed. We've got a pan tilt. We've got a little outdoor dome. We've got a doorbell. All of them have night vision. All of them have remote storage built in. They each come, well, the doorbell is all cloud storage, but the other devices all come with a memory card in them. So you get 32 gigs of storage in every one of them. So they're really nice. I've got a few here. I know David's used a few. We're very happy with the quality, and it works really well. The indoor-outdoor dome camera can also be a PoE device if you wanted to put it on a network. Perfect for today's consumer. iSecure, a doorbell camera. Everybody wants doorbell cameras. Everybody loves them. So, you know, we can put a doorbell in and add any of our additional cameras to the system. So each of the video connected to our tablet or our iBridge app, you can see live HD video from their front door, and their other cameras, right on their smartphone or on the tablet on the wall, anytime, anywhere they are. They can have a two-way chat that's available for the doorbell and the two indoor cameras. They can just look in and see what's going on. So I got a question for you. Did you ever think about using a doorbell camera for a commercial installation? It helps them with deliveries at the back door, and it allows them to keep an eye on what's going in and out. I bring it up a lot with my customers, and a lot of them haven't thought of that, and they've been selling them, and it works. Here comes the good part. So we are not going to compete with you in this business. We are not the do-it-yourself company. We're not going to sell this to Home Depot, to Lowe's, Best Buy, or any of those places. We're in the business of helping you grow your business. All right, you'll never find our equipment at a retailer. You'll never find it at a big box store. It's only sold through our security distributor partners. And we are building iSecure so that you can compete with the direct sellers and online companies so that you can stay competitive and grow new business and keep your existing customers. So here's some of that competitive stuff you can get online. All right, Simply Safe, Ring. They're your direct competitors. You know, I did a thing, I'm also part of the Alarm Association of Florida, and we did a thing a couple of years ago. I did a presentation on how long has the do-it-yourself market been around. And it actually started in 1974 at Radio Shack. So this isn't new. Our industry, we've had a do-it-yourself company around forever. It's a little bit bigger now than it ever was. But this way, you can install this. You're the professional alarm company. And you're going to be telling your customer, you know, I'm a licensed alarm company and I'm here to install your alarm system, as opposed to you doing it yourself or them doing it themselves. And in essence, you really probably can sell it to them for the same monies. Again, just to review, there's your kit, $179.95 for kit 1. All right, you get that bounty taken off there, net cost $79. $199 for the color touchscreen, $99 net. There's your 7-inch tablet, $299.95. I don't know of any competitor of mine that sells an 80-zone alarm panel with 2 door window transmitters and a motion and a 7-inch tablet for $200 net. So it's really cost effective. All right, so accessories. We've got a complete line of accessories available. Here we show the keypads and the touch screen and their cost for the individual units. Next up, we've got the transmitters, motion detectors, key fobs, panic buttons, glass break detectors. And as always, these are suggested prices. Check with your distributor for accurate pricing. Here we have the smoke detector, the carbon monoxide detector, the heat detector, the siren, which is, by the way, an indoor-outdoor 110 plug-in device that also has backup batteries built in. So you can put these things just about anywhere. And we have the Takeover Module. So the Takeover Module is an 8-zone wireless input device. So let's say you got an existing metal can on the wall, whoever it might be from. You unwire those 8 zones from that alarm panel. You wire them into the new Takeover Module. You power the Takeover Module off of that old control panel that's sitting around the wall with a battery already in it. And now you've just taken those 8 zones and wirelessly transmitted them to become part of the iSecure system. And we can just put in as many as 4 of those boxes, those Takeover Modules, on one system. So big advantage there, being able to take over some existing stuff without having to rewire the whole house or replace it all with transmitters. Excuse me. So we talked about cameras. So here's our doorbell. Let's face it, everybody knows that Ring is a big seller in that market. I think last I heard, they're like $169, and you can buy it at that cost, but so can your customer. All right, we're selling them. We've got them on sale for $91.12. And when you do the reoccurring billing, it goes to you. When they buy a Ring or you install a Ring, the reoccurring revenue goes to Ring. So each one of our cameras, as I said, has, except for the doorbell, has a 32 gig SIM card in it, or storage card rather. And we charge you $1.25 a month for the storage remotely in the cloud for all of our devices. But we also include 1 year of service when you buy the device. So you buy a device, you put it in, you get a whole year's worth of service. The customer maintains with you after that. It's another $1.25 a month. So what is that to you? It's, I don't know, $3.95, $4.95, $9.95, whatever it is you charge per month for the cloud storage. So now we're helping you with the RMR portion of your business. Oops, delayed, hang on. Stand by, technical difficulties. Okay, there we go. So this is the whole thing in a nutshell, and I'll talk slow and give you a couple minutes to look this over. So the hub itself is the receiver for all the wireless devices, which you can see on the screen. And then below that, you see the 900 megahertz devices, which are the siren, the Takeover Module, the actual keypads themselves, not the tablet, but the keypads. So all that is in its own environment. And then the only thing we rely on externally is the customer's existing Wi-Fi network for the tablet. So keep that in mind. If you have a situation where their network is probably not that good, you may not want to consider a tablet for that application and rely on the 900 megahertz. Or, you have to improve their network so they can utilize the touchscreen. It's also the same exact device, or sorry, same exact app on their phone. So when they open up their iBridge app, that's what they're going to see. So it's very simple, very easy for them to use. How are we doing, David?
We are good. We've got a couple of questions. Mark wants to know if we got recessed door contacts.
I do not at this time, but NAPCO Gemini Wireless, which we now refer to as our legacy wireless because it was before iSecure, is forward compatible to the iSecure product. And we do offer that transmitter in that side of us. So our Trans 2 transmitters, our recessed, all that stuff will work with the iSecure unit. But keep in mind, none of the iSecure stuff is backward compatible to our existing Gemini. So the Gemini stuff you can use on iSecure, but you can't purchase iSecure product and use it on Gemini. So.
Okay. Is there a demo kit for sale for dealers or discount to webinar attendees?
Currently, we don't have a plan like that in place. I mean, the units are pretty cost effective. You can talk to your NAPCO regional sales manager for your territory, whatever area you're living in, and we're happy to work out a deal with you. And if you haven't done that with us before, that's what we do. It's what David does all day. It's what I do all day. You know, we're relationship people. We're easy to talk to. Just give us a call and we'll see what we can do to help you out.
Yep. And we do currently have a 10% off coupon valid through this Friday. So if you want to take advantage of that, you could use that 10% for this as well.
If you're buying it as demo gear, we do have a demo program in place and we could take advantage of that also. But again, call your regional sales manager, call me, call David. We're all listed on the NAPCO website and we'd be happy to help you out.
Okay. Does it have the ability of partitioning? How many devices? And is the Z-Wave Plus or just regular?
It's regular Z-Wave and it does 2 partitions. So.
And we go up to 80 zones. So.
Oh yeah, sorry, 80,
yep.
80 zones.
Yep. And there is a future plan for Z-Wave Plus. It would be an update to the hub. We're not sure if it's going to be a firmware update or a card update, but Z-Wave Plus is in the works.
Well, I'm glad I took this webinar. Wait, I'm giving this webinar. I should have known that. But thanks, David.
Do the cameras have onboard memory? I know you just said that, but we're going to.
Everything does except for the doorbells. Every camera comes with a 32 gig storage card. And you are able to upgrade that to 128 gigs. So, cute story. We got a couple extra seconds here. I have one that keeps an eye on my grandson when he's over here sleeping. And the other night we went to go to bed and we look in the bed and he's not there. We're like, wait a minute, where is he? And he had crawled out on the floor, was sleeping on the floor. So it was kind of fun, but we did that with the camera. And then the next morning, when we got up, we viewed it back. We pulled up the memory to see what he had done and what time he did it. But he had just decided he wanted to sleep on the floor. So 3-year-olds, it's all fun.
Yep. Okay, there was another question here. So the touchscreen needs to be connected to the router instead of the hub.
Correct. So the Wi-Fi card in the hub that comes with Kit 3 will get connected to their Wi-Fi network. That's all done through the NOC. So it's done when you set up the system. Remotely, we find their network and we attach to it. We do that remotely now so that if a customer calls you and says, oh, I changed my password, I changed my router, you don't have to go there. You can go online, you can jump in, get into the network, search and sniff for their new router name and whatever, enter the password and get them back up and running. So yes, it does go through their existing Wi-Fi network.
Okay. I'm going to give you one more question and we'll get back to it. What is the gap range between the door contacts?
Wow, that's a trivia question. What do you think, David?
So it's generally about 1 inch.
Yeah, I would say, I was thinking half, but okay, somewhere in there.
You know, but keep in mind, it all depends on the surface you're putting these on. You know, if we're on a wood door, we're going to get a little bit more. If we're going on an aluminum, metal, you know, type frame, you know, you're going to cut down a little bit. So, you know, again, environment comes into play, but, you know, as a safety net, say 1/2 inch, but, you know, can we get 1 inch? Yes.
All right, thanks, David. And we continue on. So we talked about programming. There's what it looks like on your phone. The top picture is more what it looks like on a tablet or a desktop. Physically, that's what it looks like on your phone. So it's really simple. I mean, everything is there. It's easy. It's step by step. There's no coding or anything you have to determine. It's just really, really simple to do. So again, in review, 80 zones. It'll support up to 6 keypads. It'll support up to 4 iBridge touchscreens if you have the Wi-Fi card. It supports up to 4 sirens. It'll support up to 4 takeover modules, like I said. Here we go, answering some of the questions right now. 1 or 2 areas of partition. All of our firmware is remotely updated via the web portal through your phone. So if we make some enhancements, add a feature in the future, you don't have to go to the location and plug in a thumb drive and all that nonsense. You can just do it right from your desktop, right from your office, and update the firmware. Your techs can do it right on site. So it makes it really, really easy. And then of course we've got the app available for iPhone, Android, so it makes life simple. The hub can be wall mountable, can sit on a tabletop. It does have the 319 receiver built-in StarLink Connect radio. So for those of you that have used our StarLink Connect radio, that's what's inside this. Built-in Ethernet connection for plug-in for dual report. So if you want to make it a dual report, you can plug it into their network that's ready for that. Or to any of these units, well, really Kit 1 or Kit 2, you can add a Wi-Fi card. Obviously, Kit 3 comes with it. So makes that very simple. Easy to report to the central station. As again, the Z-Wave is included in Kits 2 and Kit 3. There is a two-wire fire plug-in module. So if you come across an installation that's got existing two-wire smokes, you can buy a little module from us and add it and connect those wired two-wire smokes right to the hub. And we've already talked about the fact that it is all backwards compatible with our existing NAPCO Gemini line of wireless devices. So that takes care of this slide.
Yep. Hey, Kev, just want to touch on one quick thing because we kind of mentioned it. I just want to make sure we clarify. So if you are using a Gem Trans 2, you cannot use the second input on the Gemini Trans 2. Okay, it's strictly one input.
It's got to be the resistor input. Oh, something else about the Takeover Module. So the Takeover Module is kind of interesting. So let's say, for example, you got a Honeywell system or a Caddy system or a DSC system, and you're going to eliminate that hardwired CAN. Well, there are some alarm companies that do and don't use resistors at the end of line. So you get there and you find out the resistors all at the end of the line. Oh boy, now I got to replace all the resistors. Nope. There are jumpers on that board that allow you to let the unit learn the resistor value. So all you're gonna do is pull a jumper off, it'll learn the value of that specific zone, put the jumper back on, and you're good to go. All right, so it's got lights all over the front of the hub itself, and these lights are there to, for armed, status, fire, trouble relay or trouble outputs. If something's bypassed, the sirens built into the CAN, the English language wording can come out of the CAN. Network connections all show right on the front of the unit. So the diagnostic part of it's pretty easy for you, just looking at the actual unit itself. So here it is in a box, and I show you this for one reason and one reason only. If you look at the picture centered below, you're going to see the keypad in the packaging and the door of the package kind of open. Now, if you look to the right of that, you're going to see how it looks when you get it out of the box. There's the keypad. Unless you open the door, you don't see the transmitters. They're kind of held in there for protection. So we've received a couple of customers calling us up going, hey, we got this thing, but it didn't get the transmitters. Well, they did. They just didn't look far enough. So just a little bit to let you know that the transmitters are in there. You just got to open that container that's got the keypad in it. So here's what the unit looks like mounted on a desktop. There's a cable coming out the back. If you do your IP dual reporting with a plug-in, obviously you'd have another cable there for the network, but the unit can be wall mounted or just sit right on a desktop or a countertop. I'll give you a view here, let you look at this for a second. This is the inside of the unit. So this just shows you the different receivers, where their placement is. It shows you the 4 amp hour battery. It's mounted in a steel box. It gets Velcroed into place so it can't bounce out of there. And when you take off the back of the unit, you're actually unplugging it from the motherboard. So EVA is our limited voice, and here's some of the things that EVA says. Different commands, the fixed commands that come out of the system, so it helps your customer operate a little more clearly. Here's the wireless keypad, battery operated. And as you see, it's got one battery in it. And that's all it needs to run for about a year, year and a half. If you'd like to, you could purchase and add a second battery, and you should get life expectancies up to about 3 years off of the system. And we all know that depends on how often it gets used, but on average, we're getting about 2.5 to 3 years out of these on 2 batteries. And there's the 4.3-inch color touchscreen, spread spectrum, 900 megs, powered by a 12-volt DC plug-in transformer or power supply. Here's the screens that you'll see. So the first screens there are for the touch. And what we did is try to make everything as uniform as possible. So when a customer transitions from the touch screen to the tablet, it's all familiar. It's all the same type of icons. The keypad basically is laid out the same, making it an easy thing for the customer to go from the touch screen to the app or tablet. But the app and the tablet are identical. So there's very little changes. There might be a change in the way the keypad looks a little bit if you look at the bottom too, but all intents and purposes, it's exactly the same. And for you folks that say, okay, my customer doesn't need video, doesn't need door control and all that stuff. We have a way in the app to what we call make it keypad only view. So in keypad only view, when they open their app, they would just see the bottom screens. They wouldn't get the circular patterns. They wouldn't get the choice of video and things like that. A lot of times, I live in Florida, so a lot of times for the older folks down here, of which I'm almost one, it's easier to just to give them a keypad and make life very simple. So here's a layout of the actual Wi-Fi on the keypads and how that's utilized for the connection to the system. Here is the siren that we talked about. It's got a magnetic tamper switch built in if you're going to put it outside or someplace it needs to be secured. And you can see the batteries and the plug on the back to plug it into the wall. And it's just a little bit bigger picture so you get a clearer view. Here is the takeover module we spoke about. So you can see the 8 zones there at the bottom. And it's real simple and real easy. Like I said, allows multiple EOL values. It's well designed. Our guys did a really good job with this, making life simple. All right, David, any questions?
So we've got a question. Are the cameras able to broadcast a constant live stream on any of the devices discussed today? And how many cameras can a system handle?
So our cameras are video on demand, meaning if you open up the app and you connect to the camera, you will get a live stream and you'll stay connected as long as you'd like. If you're not connected, it's not using any bandwidth for the customer on their existing network unless it generates an alarm. Obviously, they have alarm triggers in them from pixelated views off the screen. And it can be sent notifications and things like that right to the end user. Somebody's walking by the front door. It'll also send it if somebody rings the doorbell, if it's the doorbell camera, and their phone rings like it's a telephone. But the network is only used when you're, if you will, interrogating a camera, looking at the video, or it's sending something out. So that the on-stream part of it is good. You can do it all day if you'd like. We have a desktop app if you're at your office and you want to look it up on your desktop, we have that, or the actual app on your phone. It gets into it here someplace, but I'll mention it now. There is a standalone app. For example, you don't have a customer who needs an iSecure, but they want a doorbell. Sell them a doorbell. We have a standalone app that they can use and control the doorbell. If they want more than a doorbell, sell them more. You can do, I've got like 8 cameras on mine now with my demo stuff. So you can do a bunch of cameras on that. On the iSecure, we say it's 6 cameras. I think it can be more, so you could give us a call and find out more about that. But those cameras are viewable on the tablet, on the iPhone. And again, if you just click on the video, it'll connect and you can live stream If it's a doorbell camera or the indoor cameras, you could actually press a button and have a two-way conversation if you'd like. So all of that's already there for you. Did I get them all, David? Was that all of them?
You got them.
Okay.
Actually,
So
we just
now,
got one more. Do the
okay, go
doorbells
ahead.
have a, okay. Do the doorbells have a good range? Ring suffers with that. Oh, sorry to hear that.
Oh, I'm not sorry to hear that. Yes, we have a good range. And you can set it up in like a pie-shaped third, so you can actually trigger what zone of 3 zones you'd like to trigger if somebody walks up to it, and you can expand those out and back. I know at my house, I'm probably 25 feet away from my driveway, and it notifies me when somebody pulls up in the driveway. So, you know, give us a call if you think you have an application for them. Talk to your regional manager, and let's see what we can do to get you one, and maybe you can play with it for a little bit.
Yeah, so I just want to clarify, because maybe make sure we understood his question correctly. He was asking about the range. So
Oh,
if he meant the Wi-Fi range, so again, that all depends on your customer's network. The important thing with all of the cameras, they should be connected to the 2.4 side of the customer's network, because normally you have a 2.4 and a 5. These cameras are designed for the 2.4. So you want to make sure you connect on the 2.4 side. And again, make sure you do have a strong Wi-Fi signal, or, you know, it's close to the router or modem, so you can get the signal strength you need. Remember, the doorbell is on the outside of a house or a building, so you need to penetrate that. So you got to make sure you have something close.
good point, David. Thank you. My brain went to range of the motion sensor for the triggering of the alarm inputs. So good catch. So here we are on the programming screens. You read all about it. Now you want to see more. So this is it. You sign in. It's pretty simple. Uses the same username and password that you use for your current, if you're using our current StarLink devices, and the serial number of the device. Okay. Hang on, folks. I have inadvertently hit end. Sorry about that. Let me get you back here. Okay. So that's your programming screen. This is what the screen looks like on your cell phone or on your desktop. You press a button, you can configure your sensors, you can use your user code, change your user codes, all of that, central station reporting, firmware updates, all of that is right there. Very, very simple to use. Make sure I hit the right button this time. This is a shot of the end user's portal access. So they can configure the names on the zones. They can do some history lookup. They can change their own user codes. They can modify their notifications setup. So there are things that we allow the end user to do to make it even easier for them to operate. Literature. So you need some literature? We have literature. We've got the Leave Behind brochure, and we have the trifold, if you will, mail or statement stuffer, whatever you want to call it. They're all available, and the first word in this thing is free. They're all no charge. Get in touch with our customer service department or call your regional sales manager, and we'll be happy to arrange to get you as many of these as you need. Obviously, you selling them helps us, and we want to help you. We talked earlier about training. So on Tuesday, every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern and Pacific time, we basically do this same webinar you just saw. So if you have somebody that you like got your attention, you want somebody else to see it, you're certainly welcome to visit it back here on the ESA presentation, and they'll have it for there. But we do them live every Tuesday. So you can join us there if you'd like. And again, for technical training, there is a tech support site where we can get you information on that too, and get you actual tech training on literally like the, how to set the things up and everything else, the fine details. Our tech support department is available to you every day from 8:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. All right, or you can visit them at tech.napcosecurity.com. And I think that completes our presentation for today. So we can go back and do some question and answers if anything else has come up. I want to thank everybody for their time today. I want to thank the ESA group for for having us here with them today. And certainly, David, I want to thank you personally because you jumped in here to help me out with the question and answers. And we're good.
Yep. No, thanks, Kevin. Hey, a couple of things I just want to bring up to everybody. If you are new to NAPCO or you haven't used NAPCO in a while, we are still the same company that we were 50 plus years ago when we started. Same owner, same company. We are still independent. All the NAPCO equipment that you saw here today has a 3-year, no question asked warranty. So we stand behind our product. So, really important, when you're considering the product you're choosing for your business going forward, consider what the company is standing behind it.
Any additional questions, David? Anybody popping in there?
So I'm not sure what this question is. He gave his email. I'm signed up, but would like a contact email. So I'm not certain what he's at. Mark, I'm not sure exactly. Are you looking for my email, Kevin's email, the ESA website? I'm not sure what you're looking for. Kevin's email. Okay. Kevin, you want to give your email?
Yeah, sure. My email is very simple. K McCaffrey, McCaffrey @napcosecurity.com. Heck, I'll give you my phone number. It's 407-484-5167. And if you're not from Florida, feel free to email me or call me, and I'll help you get directed to the right place to go.
Okay, we got another one. I'm interested. Where do we sign up at? iSecure. So I'm not sure if he's asking for the trainings or if he wants to get the product started.
Again, get in touch with your regional sales manager. If you go to napcosecurity.com, up at the top, you can search for contacts, and then you can find the regional sales manager in your area. Or again, I just gave out my email address and phone number. Feel free to give me a call or call NAPCO customer service. NAPCO's direct line is 800-645-9445. And if you go to customer service, they can connect you directly to your regional sales manager. All right, I think that wraps it up for me today.
It looks like we've got all our questions answered. I just want to take a moment to thank Kevin and David and the incredible team that they have over at NAPCO. NAPCO is a executive strategic partner of ESA, which means they invest right back into the pro install channel. So they are dedicated to our channel of dealers and into pro security. So thank you, NAPCO, and thank you, gentlemen. Thank you all for joining us. And we'll send you along a link with a recording to this session tomorrow. I hope you all have a lovely day.
Thank you also for hosting this for us today. We appreciate that.
Have a good day, guys.
All right, gang. Thank y'all.